Okay, we're just going to hop around a 5-minute, 10-minute little recording of Likutei Moharan. Our usual Chavrusa Baruch Hashem came yesterday morning for Tanya. So we're just going to hop around with Mr. Rich, David Rich. 5-minute, 10-minute, see what we can get done. The Torah Lamed Dalet. We've already been learning week by week the special Torah from Rebbe Nachman of Brelsev, ben Simcha, the concepts of malufam, filling up your mouth, being sholet. So his beginning malufam yesh klalis bepratis. This is Torah Vav, in Amisifam in Torah Lamed Dalet, in the first part of Likutei Moharan. This is the aspect of the rules, the klalim, and the pratim, the rules and the details. Keseres adibras imaluchas, the 10 Commandments with the luchas. Hu bechinas malufam. Now, this is the idea of the mouth being full. We've been talking about this concept that a luchas heim vav. The luchas is the concept of a vav. It's like that. Vav is the concept of the connection. So what connects us to Hashem, the Torah, is this big vav, the luchas. The vav is a connection point, and the yud and the lud is connected to the idea of malufim. It's very deep concepts, but basically the yud is and the vav is malufim. Bringing down the yud through the vav. The yud is the idea of chokhmah, bringing it down through the vav. He's going to explain, hopefully. Based on what Chazal say, Valuchas aruchin shisha rachman shisha. So it says in the Gemara in Talmud that the luchas were 6 wide and 6 long, 6 wide. But Torah ima olam gam kein yud vav, and the Torah with the world, whatever that means, with the world, is also yud. Ki Torah hu hi yud. Torah is the yud when it's in reference to the world. Shenikras reishis chokhmah. It's the source of chokhmah. The Torah is the source of chokhmah. It's the yud. V'olam hu vav shenivra b'shisha shemei maseh. This is a very deep thought if you think about it. Because remember, Hashem is this like spark of creation. Like if He created this yesh ma'ayin, this from the smallest amount of physicality, from the Evan Shasir, He created the whole of creation. And that vav is like the hemshich of that creation. And they call it the kav. That's where the kav of creation. I'm sure there's goes there. So this is the idea, the Sheish Shemei Masa. This is the 6 days of creation, the vav. Tzaddick Yisrael gam kein yud vav. So another concept is the Tzaddick is with YISRAEL is the yud and the vav. So all these different ideas of yud and vav. So we already said malufim is the idea, the luchas is the yud and the vav, the tablets, and then we have Torah is yud and the world is vav, and now we're having Tzaddick in YISRAEL. This is the gam kein yud and vav. Ki Tzaddick ki yud, ki tzaddikim hein nukram chochmei eda. It's a very important concept, but the Tzaddikim are called, and Rebbe Nachman explains it many times, the Chochmei Eda. They're like the wise people of the congregation to guide us. Yisrael bechinas vav, and we're the aspect. The rest of Yisrael is the aspect of vav shem tamchei araisa. That holds up the Torah, like the right and the left, the legs. They cry vavei amudim. These are the pillars that hold up the Torah. So even every yid there's a yud and a vav. Yud al shem hapeh, and the yud is on the shem of the peh. With the p you're going to speak wisdom with the mouth. Vav al shem v'hagus libi tavunus. With the vav you're going to be able to understand. It's going to go to the heart. So the mouth you're going to speak, that's the yud, and the vav is going to go to the heart. So every yid in himself, every Jew, has within him the yud and the vav. Shu bechinas luchas shem vav. And this is a really important concept, that we have to join up these teachings to be luach libecha, to put it onto your heart. The Torah, the key of the Torah is not just to learn it intellectually, but it should be the yud and to speak about it, but it should go and be chokek on your heart, like a luchas. He's going to go more into it. That's next one. So we already made headway in this special sif, Torah Vav.
Let's learn in
In the Nishmas?
Yeah, of the Neshama of Yosifa Bas Yaakov.
Yosifa Bas Yaakov, Shemeli Nishmas.
And Eliyahu and Shemayim to your side.
Amen.
End of your side.
Amen. So dedicate also to the soldiers, Baruch MASHA and all the soldiers, Shmir Eliyahu.
Amen.
Continue heavenly protection and Saturday Shmaya for all of YISRAEL.
Amen.
We're learning the aspect of bringing the Yud and the Vav. The Yud is Chochmah and the Vav is Bina. We've been learning this deep concept, the idea that Melufam, filling up the mouth, and the mouth represents Chochmah, he says in his Torah, and the heart, bringing it down into the heart is the Vav, is the Inyan of Bina. Yeah? This is very deep to Kunim because the idea that we have a Esadibris, for example. Esadibris is usually known as a Vav. But there's also 10, so that's also the Yud. Yeah? Clarifying these concepts, getting at each aspect. He says, there's the Klau and there's the Prat, the details. Ki asaras dibris emaluchis, he bechinas malufam shu Yud, and the Luchis is the Vav. So the obviously the 10 Commandments is the Yud, Gematria 10 Yud, and Luchis is the Vav. It's also six Tefachim. He has a whole Torah about what it means, this concept of the Vav in another place. Or Zichru Torah Moshe. It's connected to the Chodesh of Tamuz, that Lasalovo, we're going to never forget anything we learn. Imagine that. So Zichru Torah Moshe is Rosh Tamuz. Tamuz is a time where the Luchos were broken. So the tikkun will be that the Zichron, the Indian of Zichron, and Zichru Torah Moshe is based on a pasuk in Malachi in the Novi. So the Zichru Torah Moshe will be blessed with a good memory, but not just a good. I have a good memory, but we'll be blessed with better than just a good memory. We'll be blessed where we won't forget anything, which is quite intense if you think about it. To have such an intense recall. There are tzaddikim who have such recall, like Rebbe Eliezer. They said he had photographic memory, everything he learned, he remembered. So therefore he's able to paskin, and because it wasn't just a memory, it was also the ability to connect everything and come out with Pesach Halacha from Chochmah being a das. All aspects.
Who's not like him, but he's close with remembering everything, is Rabbi Kramer.
Oh wow.
He's got like a photographic memory.
Yeah, so it seemed like a gift from maybe previous generation. I don't know how many people nowadays still have it. I mean, there probably are. There's that Yanuka, I heard he's got some sort of Gavaldic cup. My Rebbe told the Rebbe it's got a big cup. The Tzaddikim who have, one of the sodas of remembering things is to actually experience things. Allow yourself to be present, ishtavis, and experience. So if you really have a chavivus, a depth pleasure from Torah, you won't forget it. One of the reasons why people forget a lot of things is because they're not really experiencing, not allowing themselves to enter into the pneumius of this sugya or this teaching or this moment. So if you really connect to that person or that thing, the Rebbe Buhlman was one of my Rebbes, Rebbe Nachman Buhlman. He said this once from the Chosam Sofer, that he could remember 30 years later, if someone said a vort to him, he'd be able to continue the vort. And the same as they say by the Babsha Rebbe, people saw this again and again, even when people hadn't met him, he somehow knew who they were, knew where they lived, all the different pratim, all the details. So this concept of memory is connected to Tamuz, and it's a tikkun of the luchos not being broken. The broken luchos happen in Chodesh Tamuz. That's why we were talking about this Indian of memory. And the Yud and the Vav is Chochmah and Bina, everything in its place. Now the 3 weeks are connected to Chochmah Bina Das, Begolas. It begins on Shvasar B'Tamuz, and that was when the luchos were broken. And it's Chochmah Bina Das. These 3 weeks are in Golas. When do we fix that? After the 7 weeks on the Chamta, which is Tikkun Amidus, we work again another 50 days of Sfira, like we had Sfira Sa'ima. This time we get it right. And when do we come out? Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur Sukkos. Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur Yom Sukkos is 3 weeks. It's brought down in another Gemara in Bechoros. So Gemara talks about the cycle of an egg. Clearly you can go look there in the MASHA. It talks about this concept that you have 3 weeks. Is masaking the 3 weeks of the 3 aspects of the intellect, Chochmah Bina Das. Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur Sukkos. And that's why we get a tikkun and we get tshuva and we get Simchas Torah. I don't know what went wrong this past year, that Simchas Torah was the way it was. Obviously we needed a big wake-up call on the climax of that holy time. But we're right now entering a Tekufa where the 3 weeks of Chochmah Bina Das has gone to Golas, and we're going to hopefully go into Gula this time. I think we've had enough Golas. But anyway, the concept of Rebbe Nachman is saying that this Luchos is the Yud and the Vav. The Yud is the 10 Commandments and the Vav is the Luchos themselves. We have from our holy sages, just repeating what we learned yesterday, but just make sure we get it clearer because it was very deep. Haluchas is 6 long and 6 wide. But Torah ima olam gamkein yud vav. Torah with the world is also yud and vav. It's a very deep concept. We learned from Rav Ginsburg. That's an idea that ultimately there's going to be a yichud between Torah and science. Chochmah and Bina. I don't know if it's Chochmah and Bina, but it's going to be a yichud between Torah and science, between Torah and the world. Some sort of yichud. How that works out, we have to go to someone like Rav Ginsburg to understand. It should be healthy and well also. Shenikras Reishis Chochmah. That's Torah. Olam hu vav shenivra b'sheish yimei maseh. And the world was created 6 days of creation. So you see how the yud features in Reishis Chochmah. That's that pintle yud that the whole world comes out of. A little bit of Evan Shasir. The whole world is formed from this little moment of spark of inspiration of the yud Reishis Chochmah. This first initial thought. By the way, it says in Svarim, if you really want to work on it, it's a hard one. But work on your first thought. You wake up every day. It will make a big hashpah on the whole day. The Reishis Chochmah, the first thought you had every day, has hashpah on the whole day. So not like Chas Shalom. I remember when I was about to say about Goyim, but it's not even a Goyish thing. I remember when I lived that way. I used to wake up and swear, literally. Oh no, another day, another day. That's how I used to live. Honestly, with all the drugs and the hangovers and all this crazy stuff that was going on. And now, Baruch Hashem, thanks to Yiddishkeit and 26 years of being in Erev Chodesh, or more than that, situations Chachma. You wake up in the morning and you start to say, "Thank you, Hashem, Madani." So imagine waking up with a gracious mindset, with a mindset of thanking Hashem for my wife, thanking Hashem for soon. So it's either Reishis Chachma, Va'olam Hava, Shenivra B'Sheish Yimei Maseh, the Tzaddick in YISRAEL, and the Tzaddick with YISRAEL. This is the aspect Gamkein Yud Vav. So you have a Tzaddick like Rebbe Nachman, and then you have us, Yidlich. Yeah. So what's the Tzaddick? He's the Yud. And what's the YISRAEL? He's the Vav. Yeah, you see it on here? It's up here. You got it? Ki Tzaddik, Ki Yud, Ki Tzaddikim Heim Nekraim Chochmei Eider. They're the Chochmei. They're the ones that guide us. That's where the Chochmah comes from. The guidance comes from the Tzaddikim. The YISRAEL Heim Bechinas Vav, and YISRAEL is the connection to this world for the Tzaddikim. They bring down the Shlichus. Shehem Tumchei Araisa. They're the ones who are the pillars that hold it up. Nikraim Vav Amudim. The Vav is like an Amud. So the only way Tzaddikim will really get their hashpah out there is through the Melech B'lo Am. It doesn't work. You need to have a nation to get the eitzes from the Tzaddik out there. Yeah, Rebbe Nachman is as great as he was. If he didn't have Rebbe Nosson, it's for him and to put it out there. He didn't have people like Chaim Kramer to put it out there. So then it's sort of, it's stuck. It's stuck in the Olamis. So these Tzaddikim have brought it, they wrote it down for us, and then all these different chevra who like Brelsev.org and all the people like you who help support them so they can carry on the work. They enable this Torah of Tzaddikim to get out there, so the Chochmah gets into the world through the fact there's a Tzaddik and there's a there's a Yud and a Vav. And just to end off again, because we're chazering this concept, there's a Kol Echad Mitzvah B'nei Atzma Yesh Gam Kein B'chinas Yud and Vav. Yud Oyshem Peh. We mentioned this at the beginning, that the mouth is the Yud, if you think about it, and that's the Pi Yida B'Chochmas, the mouth speaks wisdom. Vav Oyshem V'Hagus Libi Tuvunas. To meditate in your heart on these deep understandings, that's the Vav. Bechinas Luchos. We said before that's the Luchos. Luach Libecha. You should scribe it on your heart. Shem Vav Kanal K'mosh Kosev Kashem Al Gosecha Kasem Al Luach Libecha. This is where we got yesterday, just before Marav, the idea that you should connect on your throat. Gosecha is your throat. That's the pair. Kasem Al Luach Libecha. And write it onto your heart. So this is the idea. The Torah is not meant to stay in this high elevated place, meant to come down into our heart. That's why Hashem gave the Torah to emes for this world. Semach David, he's esmach, Torah's emes tismach ma'aretz. He wants the Torah, he put it down into the world to grow out from the world. He wants it to affect our heart, to change us. The Torah begins with a base, ends with a lamed. Why? Because it's believed. The whole Torah is about affecting the heart of Am Yisrael, changing Am Yisrael. And where's the place which is the most important? The heart level. Breslov, Brasalev, change the heart. That's probably why it's the most powerful, one of the most powerful parts nowadays. Is Rebbe Nachman's putting into the hearts of the world and Am Yisrael, this truth, this emes, he's able to get the das to the heart, to luach libechet, to engrave it. Should be best. Have a good morrow, have a good night, and can't wait to hear any Torah's Torah. So we'll keep going weiter in these beautiful Torahs.